What did you think of Silas Red today?
Well, it's early. Obviously there's no pads on. As I was just telling Jim, I thought his preparation was really top-notch, the way how focused he came today and how mature that he is about his approach to the game, and just kind of continues along that NFL veteran line. Signing a guy who's played before in big games, carried the ball a lot. So it was good to see that approach, and that's what we had expected.
Charles Burke's move to offense, is that permanent? You gonna put him at fullback?
Yeah, that's where he is now. We'll look at him there and see what he can do at fullback and add some depth there because we don't have very much experience.
Nelson a receiver now?
Yes, Nelson's permanently at receiver.
Is there anyone not practicing? I know you're not going to talk specifics about situations, but is there anyone not practicing because of academics or?
Yeah, Darius Rogers has not been cleared by the NCAA yet, so he was not out here.
Mm-hmm.
And we are waiting word on the way that summer school ends for Marquise Simmons and Isaiah Wiley.
Can you talk about J.R. Tavaig? I think you had him at end a little bit last year, and is that a permanent move now?
It is day one. He played end a little bit before we moved him inside last year, early on in the season, and now we've decided to move him back outside to the left end to help us with the loss of Devon.
Coach, we know about the enthusiasm of your players, but what about you inside? What's the feelings like for you inside back on the field now?
Well, I think like day one always is. It's always exciting for coaches. You do so much stuff in office, and you finally get on the grass. Our players get to work out here all the time. We don't get to with them, so it's exciting, especially when you get to see your new players.
How is Silas picking up the offense?
Well, so far so good for day one. It's just day one install. But he did a good job. Went the wrong way a couple times, like you would expect today. But his preparation, you can see that he wants to be great.
Have the teammates fully accepted him?
I think you'd have to ask them. It seems like it to me when I'm around them. Especially the running back group, and that went back to the recruiting process on the weekend that he was here. Curtis hanging around him, DJ hanging around him, and all the skilled guys on offense.
What's the game plan with Robert as far as how much you're going to practice him?
Yeah, it's probably going to change every day. I'm just really watching it along with our medical staff and see how it goes. And I hope that's one of the things about feeling like a veteran coach. That we've done this before. That we don't need to make all kinds of statements in the first week of training camp and push guys too far. So pulled Robert out after individual today. He did run around in the walkthrough this morning a little bit too. So probably, we'll probably just keep moving him along a little bit at a time. He wanted to keep going, but we've got a long ways to go.
You said you wanted to see him up close. Did he look okay? I mean, it seemed like he was moving fine out here.
Yeah, he seemed like it. So we'll see.
How about Matt? How'd you think Barkley looked?
I thought he looked really good. This morning, our 3:30 as well as this one. He did force a couple balls, and so we'll get that back out of him. I think that's just some excitement too.
Other than Robert, what were you looking for specifically today? What was kind of your focus?
Well, I think to go back and see the film and see how we look in the defensive line, especially with our backups. Left tackle flashed at times, had some offsides as well, and so we'll see. You're really looking at everything early on. There's a ton to look at. Besides the few guys that you really know, and with them you're trying to expand the role.
What happened to Westward tonight?
Dehydration, cramps.
Okay. And I say you had Leonard inside and JR outside. Is that where you're looking to play those two guys?
That's where we're starting. We don't know where we'll end up, but we put Leonard inside at 3 technique, and then we put JR out at left end.
Did something happen to Devontae Wilson at one point?
Yes, cramps as well.
Where was Isaiah Wiley tonight?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. We're waiting for Isaiah to be cleared academically. We're waiting on summer school grades.
Is Brian Bachman the same?
No, Brian is not practicing right now, but he could.
Is that a team issue, team rules type issue?
No.
Oh.
It's a health issue. I don't know how to.
Okay.
Our new policy. What do I say? It's a health issue.
I guess.
Okay.
I gotta ask Tim.
And what happened to George Farmer?
He came out.
What's Darius Rogers' status at this point?
Where you been?
I didn't know you were talking. I didn't hear the announcement.
No. He's not been cleared by the NCAA yet, so he's not in our camp yet. He was on the sidelines in street clothes. with his dad.
Do you feel like the addition of Silas is? Everyone talks about the depth factor, but do you feel like it's created a higher level of competition? It seemed like the running backs are really going after it.
I do. I think that you're seeing a combination of things with Curtis. I think that Curtis, we would have seen an improved Curtis anyway, because Curtis has really grown up, his approach to the game, his approach to life, and so we've seen those strides with him. And I think this just even pushed a little further. We all need competition, and so adding that, I thought Curtis looked great today.
Silas said you've given him a fair shot to compete at #1 spot. Do you see that? That you're really doing that?
Sure, yeah, but that's nothing special. We do that with all our incoming guys. We put them to the top and see how long they can stay there.
With Nelson at receiver, does that just kind of show that you're comfortable with the depth you have at tailback now?
Yeah, I think Nelson was probably as happy as anybody about Silas coming, because Nelson was going to have to play running back because he's a team guy, but I know he really didn't want to. So this way he gets to go out and play receiver.
Next center, with
one or two more
Khalid
guys.
not in there.
It would be Abe or Cyrus.
Okay. Did Charles Burks get moved to fullback? I did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.